guys! For today, I will going to discuss about Sternberg's successful intelligence theory in WICSModelby. But who proposed this successful intelligence theory in the WICS model? It is Robert J. Sternberg. Robert J. Sternberg is a cognitive psychologist and he did extensive work in the field of intelligence. And you know what, guys? Robert J. Sternberg has difficulties in the field of intelligence, but to overcome those difficulties in the intelligence test, he fueled his interest in field of intelligence that led him to this triarchic theory of intelligence in the 1980s. But but to make this triarchic theory of intelligence simpler, he come up with this successful intelligence that is more simpler than this triarchic theory of intelligence. And then later on, with the help of some psychologists, he proposed this WICS model. But what are those successful intelligence? There are four skills in successful intelligence theory. The first one is the memory skills. These memory skills help us recall facts and pieces of information, and it helps us retain the knowledge we acquire. Okay, for example of these memory skills, and you have a topic about bullying. The teacher will give to the learners a we were going to tell the students to answer the fill in the blank items about bullying. Of course, to answer those or to fill those blanks about bullying, you are going to recall your past lessons about bullying. That's why the memory skills will use by the learners because there are recalling facts or informations. Then the next one is analytical skills. Analytical skills is that it helps the person to determine if a certain idea is good. Of course, from the word itself, you are going to analyze. The learners will analyze. For example, the teacher told the students to read the story about bullying, and then you are going to analyze the case or the problem. Then the next is creative skills. Creative skills allow a person to come up with new idea, usually to answer a need or solve a problem. In the word itself, of course, the learner is going to create. For example, the teacher told to the students to make a poem, to create a poem rather, or a song, or a poster about bullying. And through creative skills, mm, um, it makes the learners be flexible and innovative on creating something. Then next is practical skills. In practical skills, it enables a person to apply what one has learned. First, in practical skills, it it make a plan. For example, make a plan for a teacher to implement or to address or handle bullying in a class. You are going to apply what you have learned from the whole lesson. That's the practical skills. The ability to succeed in life given one's own goal within one's environmental context. Okay. Okay. Balance of balance use of creative skills, analytical skills, memory skills, and practical skills will lead to a successful intelligence. The next is the WICS model. But what is this what is WICS model? WICS stand for wisdom, intelligence, creativity, and synthesis. Wisdom. You are going to about the manner of the students, intelligence, the knowledge of the students, creativity, how they create, and synthesis, how they synthesize, or how they will mm, how will they group the knowledge that they have learned for the whole class discussion. The WICS model is all about intelligence. It assesses fluid abilities to learn from experience and to adapt to one's surroundings. For example, the abilities. You have the abilities to sing. Then you are going to compete. Competencies and going to expertise. How I'm applying the WICS model. Okay, teaching or how we are going to apply the WICS model. First, through teaching analytically. We are going to teach analytically to the learners. And through this, it helps to analyze, critique, judge, compare, and contrast, evaluate, assess the students. For example, teaching analytically. You are going to teach in literature subject. The teacher will tell to the students to analyze the development of the character of Ibarra in Noli Me Tangere. That's teaching analytically because the learners are analyze the development of the characters in the Noli Me Tangere. Then the next one is teaching creatively. The students are allowed to create, invent, discover, imagine if, suppose that, and predict. Okay, for example, you are going to create an ending of the story of Noli Me Tangere. Okay, there's a creation used by the learners because they create an ending. Okay, next is teaching practically. It allows the students to apply, use, put into practice, implement, employ, render practical what they know. For example, is that the teacher were going to implement a lesson plan that has one use. That's an example if you are going to teach principles of teaching. You are going to implement a lesson plan because you apply what you have learned. The next is the teaching wisdom. It allows the students to try to find a common good, see things from others' points of view, balance their own interests with those of others and of institutions, look at the long term as well as the short term, and reflect about how one can base every decision on positive ethical values and appreciate that in life what is seen as true and effective may vary over time and place. For example, you are going to teach science subject and you are going to to reflect about how one can base his every decision on positive ethical values. For example, is in the global warming. How is global warming will affect the world or the Philippines particularly? And what can you do to lessen the global warming? That's an example of teaching wisdom because they are trying to find a common good or they are going to try find or you're going to try find a decision on how to lessen the global warming. And based on their studies, the WICS model was successful for teachers and their learners. But why? It's because it celebrated the differences of learners through a supportive learning environment. And it made students remember better what they learned and build on the strengths of the learners and strengthen the motivations of the learners. Of course, when you are going to motivate your students, it will strengthen or it builds it builds the strengths of the learners. It makes the learners more effective and efficient on their field of education. That's Thank you. And believe in yourself, guys, and all that you are know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. It is according to Christian. Hello, bye bye.